Today I will discuss a new topic, that is kingdoms of life. Actually, we discussed earlier topics. The topic that I discussed earlier was the classification system, and I explained you three types of classification system, and these three types of classification system are artificial system of classification, natural system of classification, and phylogenetic system of classification. And I also explained some terms like cladistics, cladogram, dendrogram, family tree. So proceed in this topic, kingdoms of life. In due course of explaining and classifying a group of animals and group of plants, some scientists, some workers, some biologists or taxonomists does some early attempts, and during his some early if we include that early attempts, we will find that they developed new taxa. They developed new taxa one by one and added, someone added a new taxa, then another one came and he added another taxa. In this way they classified animals and plants according to their experiences, their observations, their knowledge at knowledge present at their time, and technology is present at their time to study of biological animals and biological plants. So in this way we will find that in due course of development of this field, there was two kingdom classification system, three kingdom classification system, four kingdom classification system, five kingdom classification system, and also there is another type of classification system, that is six kingdom classification system. The living organisms from the beginning have been grouped into plants and animals. This is also known as two kingdom system of classification. Linnaeus named these kingdoms as plantae, including all plants, and animalia, including animals. Plants, as you are familiar, are not mobile and have autotrophic mode of nutrition. They synthesize their food themselves. This is possible due to energy capturing mechanism in plants and the presence of green pigment. Animals on the other hand are mobile and are not able to synthesize their food. They depend on plants for their food. According to this classification, trees, bushes, climbers, creepers, moss on a rock or a wall or a tree, green algae floating in a pond are put in plant kingdom. Okay students, here we see biologists since the time of Aristotle have divided the living organisms into plants and animals. Linnaeus placed them into two kingdoms of plantae, all plants and animals, that is plantae kingdom and animalia kingdom. Okay students, then I will explain you kingdom plantae. You are well aware of the characters of kingdom plantae. The kingdom plantae includes plants which usually are fixed with a spread out irregular external form due to the presence of branches and green external organs and definite growth, ability to synthesize food or photosynthesis, that is mode of holophytic nutrition, and a reserve food. They reserve food in form of starch. They have food reserve in form of starch. Excretory and sense organs are absent. Muscles do not occur. Response to external stimuli is slow. Cells have a rigid cell wall present in the kingdom plantae. In the members of kingdom plantae, a central vacuole, plastids and inorganic crystals are present. Centrosome is generally absent. Centrosome is present only in the members of kingdom Animalia. Asexual reproduction is common in members of kingdom Plantae. It occurs through vegetative propagation and spores. Sexual reproduction requires the help of an external agency. In case of plants, that is like water, wind, insect for pollination, for dispersion of pollens, for reaching, for assessing of pollens towards the female gamete. Kingdom Plantae includes bacteria, fungi, algae, liverworts, mosses, hornworts, ferns, and other pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperm. There are a large number of types of mm, members in this kingdom. Okay student, then there is kingdom Animalia. The kingdom includes animals which are mobile organisms and with holozoic or ingestive type of nutrition. Regular forms internal organs, limited but diffused. Okay students, in case of kingdom Animalia, regular form, internal organs, limited but diffused growth, and reserve food or glycogen. Sensory and excretory organs are present. Animals are quick to respond to stimuli. Cells are without cell walls. Plastids and inorganic salts are absent. A few small vacuoles occur instead of a central vacuole. In case of animals, many and a number of vacuoles are present. Centrosome is present in case of animals. Actually, higher animals do not reproduce asexually. Animals, mainly higher animals, reproduce by sexual mode of reproduction. Sexual reproduction does not require an external agency here. This is the difference. Kingdom Animalia includes protozoans, sponges, jellyfishes, worms, insects, crabs, centipedes, millipedes, spiders, snails, starfishes, sharks, frogs, lizards, birds, and animals. So you can see that there is also a large number of large type of animals are present in this kingdom also. There are exceptions in characteristics like locomotion and mode of nutrition. These are some basic characters on basis of which Mr. Linnaeus divided animals and plants and created these two groups. For example, if plants are taken as organisms containing cellulose, then tunicate group of animals would be considered plants, but this is not happen. Tunicates are taken into Animalia kingdom. They have cellulose. Tunicates have cellulose branching pattern like plants, and they anchor to the bottom of the sea, but they are included. Tunicata is also a group of animals, and they are included into protochordates actually, but most of the features on basis of external features that their similarity is with plants, not with animals. It will also be difficult to distinguish unicellular organisms in a pond or a lake as plants or animals because of their green, brown or red color. Most of the time we will see that sponges looks like plants. The two kingdom system groups together the organisms with true nucleus as eukaryotes and without true nucleus as prokaryotes. It also considers photosynthesizing green algae and non-photosynthetic fungi as one group of plants. It includes algae as well as Plantae. Both have different type of mode of nutrition. Algae is autotrophic, fungi is saprophytic, but he kept both in same group. In this way, the two kingdom system takes unicellular and multicellular organisms together. Even unicellular organisms like bacteria were considered as plants. These are some of the shortcomings of this system. These are the some of the shortcomings of this system. The placement of certain organisms into two kingdoms became difficult. The following examples further illustrate the drawbacks of the here I will discuss some examples, illustrate some drawbacks of the two kingdom system like mushrooms, bread molds and other members of fungi were also included in plants, though they are non-algae, they are non-green and not able to synthesize their food. Fungi as a group of organisms differ from plants not only in lack of green color but also mode of obtaining food. They have filamentous structures like green algae but differ from plants in composition of cell wall. The inclusion of fungi in plant kingdom has become debatable. Okay students, like this there are a number of other examples like Euglena. It is green in color, single cell, moves like animals. Some of the taxonomists consider it a plant, but we know that Euglena, in this time we know that Euglena is grouped as an animal, while others included it in animal kingdom, some included it in plant kingdom. So like this, bacteria are also unicellular. The cell has nuclear material without well defined nuclear membrane. It is a prokaryotic cell and resembles blue green algae. Thus bacteria were included in the plant kingdom. That was wrong. So the two kingdom system of classification organisms was found inadequate in the light of disputed position of organisms, especially fungi, bacteria and Euglena. The two kingdom practice also needed reconsideration due to the discovery of viruses and bacteriophages, which can neither be considered as prokaryotes nor as eukaryotes. The viruses infect and cause diseases both in plants and animals. They lack cellular structure and depend on metabolic activity of the host cell. Okay students, unlike other organisms are also kept in different other positions, they were also not kept in right positions. So another system came into existence, that is three kingdom classification system. Ernst Haeckel, a German biologist, suggested that a third kingdom, Protista, be established to include all organisms lacking tissue differentiation such as protozoa, unicellular, acellular, algae, fungi and bacteria. This solves the problem of assigning suitable kingdom to the organisms which have similarities with both plants and animals. But this system but there was also drawbacks of this system, like acellular and multicellular organisms are kept together in Protista group. Bacteria and fungi have been grouped with unrelated organisms, so this system also discarded, and there was development of another system. But achievement of this kingdom system was creation of a new kingdom, that is Protista, and Haeckel created a new group named as Protista, and he placed unicellulars. Actually nowadays we know that Protista kingdom have unicellulars, eukaryotes, but when Haeckel created this kingdom Protista, he include all organisms that lack tissue differentiation. Okay students, this is important point. Who created kingdom Protista? Who established kingdom Protista? Answer is Ernst Haeckel. Then four kingdom system came into existence. The system was developed by Copeland. Copeland has four kingdom of plant. Copeland also included a new kingdom, and that new kingdom was the Monera or Mycota. Monera includes prokaryotes, bacteria and blue-green algae. In this way, Mr. Copeland tried to remove some discrepancy, minimize, reduce the discrepancy in grouping the animals. Now there was four total kingdoms: Plantae kingdom, Animalia kingdom, Monera kingdom and Protista kingdom. Monera includes prokaryotes, unicellular prokaryotes, and Protista included single cell eukaryote. Okay students, and you know about plant kingdom and animal kingdom. But the main drawback of this system is that fungi की position अभी तक clear नहीं हो पाई थी. Fungi are not properly placed. So another type of kingdom system came into existence, that was five kingdom classification system, and five kingdom classification system was established by Robert Whittaker in 1969, and this system is most accepted type of classification system. Nowadays we use this kingdom classification system, that is 5 kingdom classification system. He was an American taxonomist that proposed a 5 kingdom classification. He classified animals into main 5 groups: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia, and he kept the organisms according to their some basic characteristic into these groups: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. What he classified all unicellular and prokaryotes, in kingdom Monera, all unicellular eukaryotes into kingdom Protista, and all multicellular but saprophytes into kingdom Fungi. And he kept all autotrophs multicellular in kingdom Plantae and all holozoic multicellular in kingdom Animalia. In this way, Mr. Bentham and Mr. Whittaker succeeded to classify animals and plants into their most suitable one positions. Different plants, different animals and different other type of animals were kept in their appropriated position. Now there are some discussions also about some members, about some animals, some plants, positioning of their position, what should be either they should be here or not. But after a long discussion, now 5 kingdom classification established by Whittaker is most accepted system of classification this time. Here another one classification system came into existence, that was 6 kingdom classification system, and Carl Woese proposed this classification system. And what he done, he actually divided bacteria into 2 groups: Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. And after dividing Monera kingdom into another 2 kingdoms, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria, there will be 6 kingdom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. But this kingdom classification is not very this is accepted system but not popularly. The scientists, taxonomists and biologists used and accepts 5 kingdom classification system of Whittaker. Okay students, so you can see that in development of kingdom classification a number of attempts have been done, a number of scientists engaged to place different animals into their right positions. Now in next lectures we will discuss in detail 5 kingdom classification system, and I will discuss characters of different animals and different plants, fungi, all in detail. Okay students, thank you.